Hey guys, thanks for jumping on this episode of Protein with Tim. Today we are talking about the truth about Liver King, and the whole point of the Protein with Tim is just to insert a little bit of wisdom or a thought into your head to get get your mind spinning, I guess. So before we get into this episode, guys, if you get anything out of the episode, the cost of this episode is just to share it with one person, a friend, or on your Instagram story. So love or hate him, Liver King, his principles are mostly pretty good. So if you could imagine that 5% of his audience, what is like 5 million followers at the moment, are influenced by his 9 ancestral tenets of sleep, eat, move, shield, connect, get in the cold, get in the sun, fight, and bond. Like, is that not going to be a good thing? How could you argue that it isn't going to be good for, at least a percentage of his audience? So he talks about one of his followers, Saul, who lost 60 pounds just by implementing some of his ancestral tenets. And people go on and talk about all the bad things that Liver King does. But, imagine all the good things he does. So we'll break down his 9 ancestral tenets a little bit more now. So, the first one's sleep. He encourages to get a good night's sleep, block out bright lights, UV lights, anything that's going to interrupt your sleep. I couldn't see how that is going to be a bad thing. In terms of nutrition, he does eat raw meats and liver and things like that, which is not a bad thing. But, he's very against processed foods, which I wholeheartedly agree with. In terms of movement, man's an absolute beast. So he moves well, he moves a lot, he trains hard, and the results are proof of the pudding. Even if he is using performance-enhancing drugs, he still has put in the requisite work to develop the physique that he has. His next one's shield, and what he means by that is the ability to protect your family or protect the ones that you love. There is a tendency in the world for people to overestimate their abilities to protect themselves. I can't remember the study on this, but I've heard a bunch of it on the Joe Rogan podcast. The next one is connect. Connect with others, connect with your tribe, connect with those around you, have positive, happy social engagements with other people. The next one's cold. So get in the cold, expose yourself to cold. And then the opposite of that is sun. Expose yourself to the sun because it's great for vitamin D and health and overall well-being and longevity. And then the one after that is fight. So, the ability to fight in a way, which can be argued, but I think like your ability to fight is important. A lot of people have no ability to fight or protect themselves, which is kind of scary. They rely on other people to do it. And then the last one is bond. So they're the 9 ancestral tenets. If you go through those and you think about them, they're not bad. They're definitely not a bad thing. Like, yeah, a little bit left to center, but I think Liver King, and the truth about Liver King is he's doing a good job, and he's especially marketing it. My second major point here is he's an inspirational character. People are inspired by his persona, physique, attitude, work ethic, and everything about him, regardless if he's on PEDs or not, performance-enhancing drugs, that is. We need more of that in the world, in my opinion, and less complainers, silks, and soy boys. So if you strip away the cheesiness and how lame his content can be and just take it for what it is, it's just like a jacked, inspirational dude spreading a good message. I think he's having a crack, and I quite enjoy it. So if you haven't heard of Liver King before, check him out on YouTube or Instagram or any social media platform. And you strip away all the bullshit, strip away all the stuff, and just look at the message that he's spreading and the impact that he's having. And this isn't like a fucking jerk Liver King off podcast. This is just let's have a look at his 9 ancestral tenets and let's see what we can actually pull out of them for the better. Thanks for listening.